Science Spectrum friends, and thank you for joining us for another Science Spectrum at Home activity. My name is Alana and I'm the Education Coordinator at the Science Spectrum, and the activity that we're going to be bringing you today is called Nebula Spin Art. Now, a few weekends from now, we were hoping to have our annual Earth and Space Day. We won't be able to do it this weekend, or this coming weekend, but we are planning on postponing it, and whenever we can, we do want to have that event. But until then, we do actually want to feature some of the activities that we would have been doing. We've been a collaborator with the NISENet organization for several years now, and you've seen us do nanoscience with them, and Earth and Space, and even Frankenstein activities with them. And we're going to highlight a couple of the activities that came in our 2020 Earth and Space kit. So this is one of those activities. So a nebula is what telescopes and NASA scientists would see as a star starts to die. And so sometimes that may be a very small just release of gas and dust to give off really, really beautiful displays in the night sky. Or it could be a violent explosion that puts off lots and lots of gas and dust all at one time. So a nebula can look like a bunch of different things. And so you can kind of see a picture right there on my sign of an example of a nebula that was, I believe, taken by the Hubble telescope. But we're going to attach a link in the bottom for you to go and explore more pictures that have been taken by different telescopes and put together for just in one collection. So you can go and explore all of those different things. And then you can actually make your own. I'm going to show you a couple different methods to do that. So all you would need is some washable tempera paint. And I have some already pre-portioned out into these little bottles. You wouldn't have to do that, but I did dilute it a little bit with water. That's going to help the colors spread out just a little bit easier than if you're working with just the solid, thicker paint. So by diluting it, those colors are able to spread out a little bit. So I'm going to show you two different methods. You want to use at least 3 different colors because stars are made of different elements. So you may have heard of an element before. Elements are all around us, and all the things that are us and around us could be carbon or hydrogen or oxygen. Tons of them. There's a whole periodic table of elements, right? So here I'm adding, let's see, I have some blue, I have some yellow, so maybe that would represent hydrogen, maybe that would be oxygen, or even some rare earth metals. Who knows? It could be a bunch of different things that were at the center of that star. So I'm going to actually go ahead and prepare 2 of these. So what I'm doing is just, I have these pre-cut black construction paper circles. You don't have to pre-cut them, but it is fun to kind of have them in a circular shape. So I'm going to add a little bit more paint to this one. So I am adding several drops to the very center. And you want to put all of the drops of paint together because that is representing your star that used to be in one single location, one big mass. And then we're going to simulate that star dying. Maybe the big explosion that then starts shooting that gas and dust out into the rest of space. All right, so if you haven't seen one of these before, this right here is a salad spinner. Very popular on wedding registries, but I don't know too many people that actually use them. So if you do have a salad spinner in your cabinet that has just been collecting dust for years, and you're not using it to spin salad, this is an excellent way to do some spin art. But if you don't have a salad spinner, that is perfectly okay. I'll show you another way that you can do this. So I have that mass of paint right there in the center representing my star. I'm going to put it into the salad spinner. I'm going to give it a couple pumps right there. Let it spin for a few seconds. It's pretty fun, I think. Pretty good use of a salad spinner in my opinion. So this was given to us through that NISENet kit, all the 2020 activities. So again, we'll have an event with all of these as soon as we can, and the public can come and join us for a free event. But for now, we're going to bring these to you virtually like we have done our other activities. So if you don't have a salad spinner, don't want to use that, all you would need is just your paper, paint, and a straw. So how you do this, again, have that mass of paint right there representing your star. And then as that star starts to die, it pushes out gas, pushes out dust, and spreads out. Oh, that made a really cool pattern. All right, so what's really cool about Nebula is that they all look different. As you can see, I have these different examples of ones that I've already done earlier. Every single one is completely different, and this is another one that I did with the straw. So even those two look very, very different. They're going to be made of different materials, different elements, and so when telescopes pick them up, they're going to look different from each other. And so you see that one right there has more of those rays that came out. Versus this one, it kind of started to take on an oval shape, but you can see just how different. But if you go to those link that link we have below in the comments, you'll see nebula that look actually pretty similar to a lot of what we've just made. And so how we're able to get these images with telescopes is that the telescopes are able to see things that we can't see with our eyes. We can only see things in visible light, but those telescopes are able to pick up things we can't see, like ultraviolet light or infrared or X-rays. And then when we put all of those different pictures together, we're able to get really, really awesome images like this one right here. So again, encourage you to go and explore those images and see the different types of nebula. Once you make your artwork, you can then name it. The nebula have really cool names. Some of them are just numbers and letters and things like that, but others are named for what they look like. So do you see any kind of images in these nebula right here? This one kind of looks like a bird to me almost, or it could be a mohawk. It could be the Mohawk Nebula. And this one right here looks very similar to an eye. So there is a nebula called the Cat's Eye Nebula. There's an Hourglass Nebula, there's a Butterfly Nebula, and all of those are named for how they look. So I definitely encourage you to play and explore with this nebula art. And if you do some of our activities, please send us pictures, send us videos. We would love to see you doing the Science Spectrum at Home activities. Also, another announcement, later today at I believe 4 p.m., we will actually have curbside pickup of science kits. This week we're going to have a space-themed kit. It may not look like much, but this right here, as you drive through and pick it up, has 4 different activities that you and your family can do together. If you missed out and aren't able to get a kit later today, we'll post some resources and stuff like that tomorrow so that you can have access to these too if you weren't able to come and pick it up. A lot of it with stuff you already have at home, but we kind of helped give you a jump start with this kit. So again, that's going to be at 4 o'clock. It's going to be first come, first serve, 1 per family. And then as long as supplies last, we'll be out there. So thank you so much for joining us for Science Spectrum at Home. We look forward to sharing more Earth and space activities with you over the next few weeks. And if you have any ideas or things that you would like us to share with you, please let us know. Send us a message, send us a comment, and we would love to help you during this downtime as children are learning from home. We want to help out with that. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're having a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you again later.